My rabbit hole. My rabbit hole. My rabbit hole.
These are written types to never safely use alcohol in any format. And once having formed a habit and found they cannot break it, once having lost their self-confidence and reliance upon being human, their problems pile up on them and become astonishingly difficult to solve. In nearly all cases, their ideals must be grounded in a power greater than themselves if they are to recreate their lives.
I thought I lost my own reflection in the mirror, unrecognizable. Deep breath, I try to speak when nothing's coming out. Just losing as you should. Is this a shit we teach our children growing up? When what I know, should have been like me. I just keep lying to myself.
They pass through the vital stages of spring, emerging remorseful after the firm resolution to control again. This is repeated over and over, and unless this person can experience an entire cycle change and stand there, once cycle change has occurred, the very same person is seen doomed, that so many problems he was scared of ever solving, suddenly finds himself able to control his desire for alcohol.
You're listening to The Final Note, live with Alex Vincent.
Concerns will be addressed. Don't stress now, be peaceful. Let's take ourselves a moment to decide where this should lead to. Wanna make them stand inside themselves or make them wanna be you? How'd you fall apart? Shit, so that I fucking say we need you to break through. True. We need you even more. This ego that's betrayed truth is issue. This business, this mischief, this hateful spite. We know it's not an issue.
All right, welcome back, guys.
How you doing today, Alex?
I'm
What's
good.
up, buddy?
I'm good. Let's see.
How was your week, man? What'd you do?
My week. I got a kitten.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What'd you name it?
I got a little kitten. I named him Jackson Rye. He's a marble Bengal. So Rye is for the marble part.
Right.
And
such an exciting life, Alex.
Yeah.
And Jackson, I don't know, I just like Jackie, Jax. He's kind of wild looking, cool stripes
cute?
and everything.
How old is he?
He's beyond cute. He's like 9 weeks old.
Oh man,
He's
I love
tiny.
little kittens.
He's adorable.
You should tell us more about your cat, Alex.
Well, it's kind of funny. This was unintentional, but I named him Jackson, and then I realized that my other cat's name is Mikey.
So you got Mikey Jackson.
So my two cats are Michael and Jackson, I guess. Unintentionally. but-
do they?
yeah, I didn't mean to do that. But Mikey.
you have
We
a
don't
lot
really
of
call.
young
We only
boys
call him
walking around?
Michael when he's in trouble. But
If you want to see a picture, there's one on Alex's Instagram.
that's true. There's a few.
Do your cats like to look at buttholes?
Yeah, I know. I was curious because he kept staring at me and asked me to get on all fours in front of him for a while. So, anyways, it is. This is episode 18. So, thank any of you who are listening in live, and those of you listening on YouTube. I guess do the whole subscribing thing.
Yeah.
I watched some of these YouTube videos, and they spend like the first 30 seconds trying to sell their YouTube channel to people. And they show like, come on, guys, it's been slow on subscriptions. They have like 256,000 subscribers already. And they're just fighting for those extras. Yeah, that's right. Joe's posting something about the show tonight. We have Geoffreys on, a guy who I've been wanting to have on since we started doing this thing. I saved a lot of
Dude,
fun
I love
people.
him, man.
Yeah, we're all fans of his. Mikey even has his face tattooed on his body.
That's a fact.
Evil Ed.
Dude,
Absolutely.
I had 976 Evil and Fright Night both on my wall when I was a kid.
Yeah, Fright
The
Night,
posters,
as
yeah.
I'll discuss later with Stephen, Fright Night is the first horror film I ever saw. And it was in preparation of Child's Play 1 to try to get to know who Chris Sarandon was,
That's cool, man.
which just only made me picture him as Jerry Dandridge. Which I don't know if that was the best plan. But I loved it as a kid. I still do. I love the theme song, the music to it.
Yeah, Fright Night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the best.
Can you sing it for me?
Well, there's that up-tempo Fright Night.
It's our
thing.
night.
Yeah, there's that. But there's also just the musical.
But then there's like the hairband one where it's like, Friday Night!
Well, that sounds totally metal. Did any of you guys watch It's Chapter 2 yet?
No?
No, not yet.
No?
Not yet.
It was pretty rad. You guys missed out.
People say I'm crazy and I make no sense. They don't understand the mental influence. It's a glow light of an event.
Don't be mistaken. The yeahs aren't part of the song. That's these guys. That's the Fright Night. But that's not the theme. No, I have not seen it 2 yet. I assume I will soon. It's been a busy week, and then I've got Scarefest this weekend, which we'll chat about. But no, I think you're the only one here who saw it. So
Well, that's fucking
maybe wait.
disappointing.
Yeah, maybe wait. We'll talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few horror movies that I'm looking to see. There were a couple that I almost ordered too.
Oh, yeah. We
Like
need to
which
talk about
ones?
a bunch.
Huh?
I mean, there are a lot to talk about. Midsummer was great.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet either.
I want to see the one with the girl getting married. What's that called? Get Ready?
You ready or not?
I heard
Ready or
Ready
Not.
or Not. Yeah, I heard that was really good.
Ready or not?
Yeah, I
It's
heard
got that
was
girl
good.
from The Babysitter in it.
I feel like I should have saw that when I went to
Babysitter
go
was
see
okay.
the Scary Stories.
What'd
I
you
saw
think of The
Skulls.
Babysitter? Did you see it?
No.
Netflix
Well, maybe.
It was like a horror comedy. It was all right.
I don't think I
It
saw
was predictable.
I wanted to see a movie.
I'm
I was
sorry,
looking through,
McG.
And there's a movie called Tone Deaf. Did any of you guys see that? It's with Robert Patrick.
I haven't seen it, but I saw the poster. It looked cool.
Yeah, the preview looked good. And then I went on Rotten Tomatoes, which, fuck that site. I don't trust it anymore at all. I saw like a 97 movie off of it, and I hated it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the other day.
I
I should have known better. It was that movie, Booksmart.
I don't
That
know.
was a 97?
It was a 97 on Rotten Tomatoes, and it was like promoted as like the female Superbad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and no offense, and I'm sorry to say this, but the only thing that had in common with Superbad is that the lead looked like Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
That was it. And no, I didn't find it. It was just I am a PC liberal, I guess, but I found it overly PC and just kind of blatant. And even more than that, it was like every shot was a close-up. It was just endless close-ups. It was close-up after close-up. Even the two shots were like so close that they were cropping people out, and I found it very distracting. So yeah, it didn't do it for me.
Yeah, I didn't think it looked that great at all, but they were trying to push it as like the, girls gone super bad type
Yeah.
of thing, and I wasn't into
Yeah,
it.
I didn't see it.
The laughs were weak. It was like too contrived to try to be funny. I hated it.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why
I
made
lost
that
faith
joke.
in Rotten Tomatoes with Get Out. I think they gave Get Out like a 98 or a 99%.
Yeah.
And it was like a fun movie, but Forrest Gump's a 72.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
I feel like that's accurate. Like 72, I could see it at an 80. Get Out, not a fucking 98 or a 99. Like, come
Yeah.
on, it wasn't that good. It was
Yeah,
all right.
there's another Rotten Tomatoes story that's interesting that I wanted to discuss today, actually. But maybe we'll swing back around to it because I wanted to talk about that Chappelle
Thought it was a really good segue. but
special.
okay.
It was, yeah. All right, let's use it. We'll
Yeah.
do it that way.
Dude, I made a meme for it.
For what?
For the Chappelle comedy. The Sticks and Stones.
Sticks and Stones comedy.
Yeah,
which,
I took a little picture of him, and then I put, there's no such thing as free trips to Hawaii. Someone's going to look at your butthole.
yeah. I thought it was hilarious. I'm biased. I love Dave. But no, I thought it was kind of poignant and actually really smart. And again, for someone like me who gets accused of being like this overly PC Hollywood liberal, despite the fact that I grew up in New Jersey and live in Florida, I wasn't really in Hollywood. I was on the outskirts of it at best. But I think PC culture should be comedy should be immune to that. If it's funny, that's always the deciding factor to me. If it's funny, if it's kind of smart, if it makes you think.
Yeah.
I mean, the best comedians in the world, when George Carlin did his, fuck the children routine or whatever, nobody was coming after him because it was funny. And if you make it funny, no matter how much society evolves or progresses, or some people would see it the other way, but no matter how much it changes, I think comedy should be immune, with the determining factor being the comedy and the cleverness of it. I mean, if some people saw the special and just didn't laugh, I could see them going after it, but that's not what it
Dude,
got
it was
accused of.
fantastic.
I thought it was great.
Yeah. I laughed.
I laughed a bunch.
I think the whole time.
Yeah.
Then I watched the rest of it at the end. Did you watch all the other interviews and shit? Because it keeps going. And it kind of picks up at him in different comedy clubs testing out the routines. Yeah,
I think
dude.
I missed
watched.
that.
Yeah,
I'll
I
have
watched.
to go back and see that.
Yeah, there's like 40 minutes of footage of him at other clubs talking to fans and shit.
Oh,
and
okay.
He's testing out the Sticks and Stones jokes.
Well, if you didn't know, where it gets back to Rotten Tomatoes is, at first, it wasn't open to the public, and they put like 10 critic reviews on there, or the first 5, that just bashed it from a offended point of view, and just destroyed it, and they didn't let like the public vote on it.
Yeah.
And then they opened it up to the public, and it was 99%. I think it's still 99%.
Yeah.
So, the people kind of spoke on that one. But it's interesting how it ties in that Rotten Tomatoes would take that position, especially against comedy.
It's because they have a bunch of freelance...
Plus, they review movies.
Like
comedy
reviewers
is not
and
even
stuff.
their thing. They shouldn't,
Yeah,
They
everything's on
shouldn't
Rotten
feel like
Tomatoes.
it's really it's their
Yeah,
ability to judge
I bought a pizza the other day, and I went on Rotten Tomatoes.
to find out how
it was fucking there. Yeah.
No, Joe, I think you had Rotten Tomatoes on your pizza.
I don't know. I'm always high.
that
Who
was the
could tell?
story. Yeah. So, I found that interesting. I mean, I thought the Chappelle special was very funny, and yes, he said some things that are offensive to some, but if you're making a point about it, I think it's really funny. I pulled a couple things from it. If you didn't hear it, I hope I don't get in trouble for playing it. I don't think so, because we're going to comment on it.
I'm not for abortion. Oh, shut up, nigga. I'm not for it, but I'm not against it either. It all depends on who I get pregnant. I don't care. I'm tell you right now, I don't care what your religious beliefs are or anything. If you have a dick, you need to shut the fuck up on this one. Seriously.
He got like accused or labeled as being, he's going to the right. He's becoming a conservative comedian.
What?
Which is so insane, especially when you hear that joke.
Well, I mean,
there's
if you're
nothing...
to the right of someone that's so fucking far left.
Right. Sure, anyone is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why that happens.
This is theirs. The right to choose is their unequivocal right. Not only do I believe they have the right to choose, I believe that they shouldn't have to consult anybody except for a physician about how they exercise that right. Gentlemen, that is fair. And ladies, to be fair to us, I also believe if you decide to have the baby, a man should not have to pay. That's fair. if you can kill this motherfucker, I can at least abandon him.
I mean, sure, that might offend people, but if you make a solid point, and make granted those are his fans, but if you make a room bust up like that, obviously, there's an audience for what you have
and it's
to say.
the truth. I mean, there's truth in that
there's
joke.
nothing hateful about that.
No,
joke
but there's
either.
truth in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can kill it, I can leave it. You know what I mean? Like, if you think about it like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
What was his last line? Like, my money, my choice?
Yeah. Instead of my body. My money, my choice.
Yeah.
It's my money, my choice.
Yeah, I thought the special was hilarious, and and it's not just because, that's what it's interesting that people, this whole identity politics thing. If people say something that they can be painted into a specific corner to label them as part of a group that other people identify with, people take that route with every opportunity, and I was surprised to see people react that way because he seems to be always kind of a position of his logic, and I don't think that lends itself to being restricted by a predetermined guideline of thinking and thought and behavior.
Yeah.
But I found that interesting. What else are we going to talk about?
That show was great, man. I really enjoyed that. I was going to watch the Bill Burr one. And
Is
I was
there
like,
a new one?
Yeah, it just came out yesterday.
Oh, it did?
And I was like, no, I'm going to watch Dave Chappelle before I do that.
I'll have to watch that.
Yeah.
I watched Bill Burr last night.
Really, yeah. I love him.
Yeah, he's great.
It was fun.
He's great.
It's not his best, but it's good.
Well, see, that's the thing. He takes, I guess some people would identify it as a conservative point of view. I don't really see it that way. I think he is about certain things. And then you have a comedian like Nick DiPaolo who, can still make me laugh, even though I wildly disagree with his beliefs. Although sometimes I find his jokes to be kind of shitty. Like sometimes they don't hit me.
I like John Mulaney. He's great.
He's a fantastic writer. And fantastic writer, and his delivery is very unique.
Dude, he's like a 1950s.
He's a great performer too.
He reminds me of like Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis together.
Yeah,
like,
you would think that maybe he had apprehensions about being a performer, which is what kept him off camera for a lot early in his career. But maybe that's just the stepping stone in, And I'm sure he was doing stand-up sets at the time before people were seeing them. But
yeah,
all of his Netflix ones are funny.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know who he was till his.
He created Stefan on SNL, and he does all the writing for that.
Stefan is great.
Yeah, and he writes shit on the cue cards that Bill Hader doesn't know until he's reading it live. That's how he always gets them to bust up.
Nice.
Which is great.
That's great, man. I like Bill Hader, too. He's great, too, man.
Speaking of Netflix and comedy, Eddie Murphy, $70 million for a pair of comedy specials is the current deal that's being offered to him, supposedly, that he's considering. What do you think about
Netflix
that?
is offering Eddie Murphy $70 million.
Yes.
For 2 specials?
I think 2, maybe 3. I mean, they gave Chappelle $60 million for 3, as far as I believe, even though 2 of them were like separated into 2, so they kind of got 5 for 3. But he got $60 million for that. So Eddie Murphy, I mean, we think about what's the highest price ticket out there for a stand-up special is for Eddie Murphy to come back and do stand-up off the legend built out of just those 2 specials that he did, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Raw when was the last time he did
Delirious?
stand-up?
Yeah, I mean, Raw and Delirious are legendary.
I watched Raw when I was a kid, and I was like, this is awesome.
Me too. I listened to it on headphones from a tape long before I ever saw it.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it was like wild for me because I knew it so well. My childhood, I was listening to comedy and headphones all the time. George Carlin, Stephen Wright.
Me too.
Billy
Raw
Crystal.
was the one where he was wearing the red jumpsuit, right? The red leather.
Yeah, he's wearing the
Delirious
Michael
was the
Jackson.
purple.
Delirious is, no, the other way around. Delirious. Yeah, Delirious is red,
Okay.
and Raw is purple.
I forgot which was which.
Yeah. Hey. So,
Yes.
I don't think that he'd be in a leather suit anymore, and I don't think he'd be
I would wear it.
tackling the same material. Like, basically,
He's gonna do
none
dad
of his
jokes.
material would work. Huh?
He's gonna do dad jokes.
He's going to do dad jokes. I would think that would infuriate people if he went that route. But I think even more interestingly than that, if that happens or not, he is slated to host SNL on December 21st.
Eddie Murphy is?
Yep, his first appearance on the show since he left the cast, short of the 40th anniversary where he showed up and had stage fright and froze, and they had to live cut, figure out something to do to cut off.
Really?
Yeah.
I missed
he was
that.
supposed to do a whole thing like Bill Cosby impression and some other things, and he like froze and just thanked the audience and got real uncomfortable, and the cameras just kind of like went to the band and then went to commercial. But I don't know what's changed between then and now, because now he's
Eddie Murphy froze up in front of everybody?
Well, he did Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, which is a taped show compared to a live show, obviously. But, you know, that was the first that I really heard him talk about his comedy career and SNL, you know.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for that episode. I think it's awesome. I'm very curious if when he was on the show, he wouldn't go back. As far as I know, there were a few characters that he would go back and do. Like, I think like James Brown, he did it once. A lot of them he just did it once. I mean, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, I feel like maybe he did a couple times, and Buckwheat, I know he did a couple times, and he actually killed Buckwheat
I didn't
in
know
a
that.
sketch because
Yeah.
he didn't want to do it anymore. So I don't know if he's going to go back and do any of those on the show or
Dude.
not, but we'll see.
Interesting.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't wait.
yeah, me neither.
Buckwheat says it's okay.
Yeah. So, from comedy to, all right, so this is episode 18, and it is September 11th. So I wanted to talk about that for a few minutes, not to bum everybody out, but it's been...
Too late.
Yeah, right. It's been 19 years? 19
We don't
years.
even know.
19 years.
Yeah, I didn't realize
Doesn't
it was
make
that
you
long.
feel old? Like,
Yeah.
jeez. Yeah, 19 years. Are you Googling it? Come on, you got to remember it. But so I remember, all right, I'm a big Yankee fan, and which I'm going to talk to Stephen Geoffreys about later, too, because he always has a Yankee hat on. I don't know if that's because he's a big fan or what, but I'm a huge Yankee fan.
18 years.
What?
18 years.
2001.
One. Yeah.
And it's the 19th. You're right, 18 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. 18 years, you're right. Well, good thing you Googled it.
Yeah.
Well, I did that because I was pretty sure it was 18
It was
years. and I
18
didn't want to
years.
be wrong.
I feel like I heard someone say 19 in the past couple days. Maybe
Well,
it
they
was-
were wrong,
They were
Alex.
wrong, and that's what you get with the fake
That's what you get for
news.
hanging out with a bunch of fucking
Fake
dummies.
news and secondhand information and
Fake news.
smoking weed while I'm trying to think.
Is that what you got from CNN?
I try to think, but nothing happens. So
My thoughts
yeah,
go
CNN,
blank, and here
yeah.
I sit.
But I remember I went to Yankee Stadium for a September game in 2001, and it was against the Red Sox. It was a big game. They were like close in the standings, and I went there and I sat in the bleachers for like 2 hours, getting rained on, waiting for the game to start. And I remember it was an important game, and I drove all the way out there, and I really wanted to get the game to happen. And it got rained out, and because it got canceled, everybody left the stadium at once. So getting out of Yankee Stadium that time was worse than any other time I ever remember. And I was like 3 hours in traffic, running out of gas, trying to get out of the stadium. And I was living up in West Milford, very north in New Jersey, and it was a really long drive back, and like I didn't get home till like 3 a.m. or something. And I remember laying in bed thinking, I just had the worst New York experience that anybody has ever had. And that was on September 10th. And I went to sleep, and my roommate, I woke up at like, whatever, 8:30 a.m., and like my bedroom was in the basement, and the living room was right above me, and I coughed, and he heard me, and I guess, and I heard him say, "Alex, get up here, get up here, get up here, wake up." And I ran upstairs, and I got there like just in time when the second plane hit. You know,
Yeah.
And for that thought that I had the worst New York experience the night before. I was in shock.
Yeah.
And I lived in North Jersey at a very elevated area, like on the mountain. So if you went out to the highway, you could see right into New York. Like I saw the smoke. I had work that day, which we went to work. We were in North Jersey. Nobody came in. We just stood there watching the news the whole day.
The same thing
I was
happened to
working
me.
at Steak
Here.
and Ale.
Yeah,
I worked at Steak and Ale in North Jersey for like 8 years. Best job I ever had. But yeah, I just remember being like floored, like just being so scared. You know, we all thought more was gonna happen. It was just such a weird, confusing morning. I feel like everybody probably remembers where they were and what they were doing. What were you doing?
I was at work.
You were at work?
Yeah, I pulled into work. I worked at a place called Hops. It was in Tampa on South Del Mabry. And I worked at and I walked in, and everyone was in the bar where the TV was. And I was like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "We're under attack." And I was like, "What?" And I looked at the TV because I didn't know. I woke up, I didn't have turn anything on. Didn't turn my TV on. I didn't know. I just drove to work. And dude, it was blown. And we stood there for hours. No one came in the restaurant.
Yeah.
No one came in.
Mine either. Yeah.
And we just sat there in the bar and watched till 3 or 4 in the afternoon. No one came in, man.
Yeah. But you didn't want to be alone either. Like
No, I wasn't going to go
remember
home. What was I going to do?
That's why I went to work. Like part of me, I didn't want to stay home. Kind of. You got on the phone with whoever you could to just express how nobody had the right words to say, but they felt urged to try to say something.
Yeah, you want to know a weird fucking thing, man?
Yeah.
I don't know if I should tell this. This make me sound like a fucking wackadoo.
I want to hear.
I have people think you're a wackadoo anyway.
All right,
There's
cool.
only 12 people listening.
Right, all 4 of our fans.
Yeah, 3 of them are here right now.
That's us. So I lived behind this dude named Charles Lanahan. Do you know him?
No, I do not.
He used to go by Chains and worked. And was the.
I know
guitarist.
exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's
Chucky.
He's part of the
I know Chucky.
Yeah, Chuck. Yeah, so he's a guitarist for the Genitorturers, which is like an industrial fucking sex band. So
I think I do know him.
Yeah.
Is that the same Chuck that was in the Nine Inch Nails tribute band?
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah,
Chuck.
and like glitter guns.
Yep.
So I live behind this dude in his mother-in-law house.
Okay.
So one, the parties are out of control constantly, but we had a picnic table, and I was sitting on the picnic table outside on the night of the 10th. I got home from work. I smoked.
Right.
I was sitting on the picnic table, and I look up in the sky, and I envision an airplane tire falling on the ground.
Envisioned? I mean, you didn't hallucinate it. You just
No, I
thought it.
just was like, I was like, wow, that'd be weird if like an airplane wheel just fell out of the sky.
Right.
Out of nothing. And that was really kind of the last thought I had before I went in the house and fucking went to bed.
Huh.
Yeah. And then I went to work the next morning and the planes hit the towers and I was like, and I immediately thought of that thought I had about that tire.
Really?
Yeah.
You caused it.
I don't know, man.
What'd you do, Joe?
Oh, well, I was also having a sex ritual bloodbath that night with the Genitorturers. It was a full moon.
You know,
Oh, that was a Tuesday,
it's
wasn't it?
interesting.
I don't know.
The polar opposite, where we were 18 years ago, compared to now in unity. You know, like after that happened, I don't remember the country in my lifetime feeling more united over
I just
something.
read a post I wrote that day,
Yeah.
I think, was that day.
You did? Oh, it came back like as
Yeah, it was like a memory.
Really?
It's like, want to share your memory? No.
I don't know. What was I saying right before that? You threw me off with that because I was trying to.
With what, my wheel?
with your wheel? No.
We were talking about Chucky for a minute.
We were not. You were talking about Chucky. Oh, Chucky.
Yeah, it's
from-
Chuck.
Charles.
I did a audition, if you want to call it that. I got together with those guys from that band and sang some Nine Inch Nails songs with them.
Yeah.
And I fucking humiliated myself. It was terrible. I do think I could actually sing those songs pretty well. For one, I did it just because I wanted to sing those songs to like an actual backing track with a live band. I thought that would be awesome. It wasn't as awesome as I wanted it to be. I remember. Well, the truth of it is, I just was lost in their version of it. Their version wasn't exact. It wasn't exact, and
Wasn't the album?
I couldn't. I could sing along with the song, but when everything's stripped and it's a different instrumental that is not really the same, I couldn't find my place. So I couldn't sing any of the parts with conviction because I was lost in the songs.
Yeah.
That was really the problem of it. But I never was going to, actually try to join his band. We talked about it for a while, but I can't go that route. I know people already know what a massive fan of Nine Inch Nails I am.
Right, and then you're in a tribute
the
band.
lead singer of a Nine Inch Nails tribute band. Like, Trent already thinks I'm a fucking weirdo. I don't need him hearing that. Like,
Yeah. Dude, he's got a tribute band.
Meanwhile, that shows the super fandom that I actually feel
Yeah.
about, that I'm worried what Trent Reznor of all people would actually think about that. But, of course, because that's the narcissist.
Sounds like some narcissist would
Yeah.
say.
I would think that he's going to find out about it.
Trent's probably worried right now about you, Alex.
He's listening
I'll
right
tell
now,
you-
and he's like, "Fucking Alex."
He is,
talked to
I mean,
Trent
I have met him a couple times. He is aware of me, but he's not aware of me. You know what I mean?
No, I know
Do you
Trent
know
really
who
well.
I
He
am?
talks
I
about
am,
you.
but he doesn't know. I've seen the band 70 times in concert. Though.
Was that a 7-0?
7-0, yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
I was hanging out with Trent the other night. He was talking about you.
Yeah, sure.
It's like that fucking Alex kid. Hangs out with that weirdo Chucky.
Tell me everything. No, I mean, he was very cool the couple times I met him, and I met the rest of the band a few times. And those times touring around with the band, or from the outside looking in, it's like the best times of my life. It was like a family that we made.
it's like that.
It's like when you go to summer camp with kids, and it always means something.
except for
like,
they don't know
you
you're
see
at
them-
summer camp and you're like in the bushes watching them.
No, but I'm saying, like, if you see that, what was that, your experience with summer camp?
No,
You weren't allowed in, so you just stalked it?
yeah, I was like, I want to go.
No wonder why your storytelling is,
That's the best way to go to summer camp.
to not be
stare at the
invited and
campers.
just stalk people.
Oh, yeah.
That's my new movie. It's coming out. It's called
Yeah,
Camp
yeah.
Stalker.
You already wrote half of it in that
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Yeah,
talking about it.
right. And done.
Yeah, that's how fast and prolific you are at these things.
Right.
I want to start.
Hold on,
that
I got to
movie,
take a piss. You come back. I just wrote a script, guys.
Yeah, guys, check this out, man.
You're like Mac and Charlie writing a movie.
Right. Lethal Weapon 5, man.
I love when Dennis chimes in. You know what they're all missing? Full penetration.
Yeah.
And we're going to show it. We're going to show all of it. That show's coming back on the 25th.
man,
I
did
can't
you see
wait.
the-
I saw the trailer, yeah.
Yeah.
I watched them almost like with squinted eyes because I hate when they give away too much.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about you guys, but I don't watch Next Ons. If I'm watching a series and they're like, Next On, I turn it off
I was like,
before
what?
that. I don't
Yeah.
want to see any of it. I don't want to, like when Dexter
Oh,
was
who
live
does
or
that? Fuck
Sopranos
no.
or-
Next on. I don't want that.
I don't watch those. I flip
Yeah.
off intentionally
Yeah.
to not see that.
Next on Happy Days.
Oh, it gives up away too much shit. And
Yeah.
you got to think all week if it was a fake out or not.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
If they set it up for you to believe something that's not
MacGyver's dead.
Well, you know they're doing it just to you, Alex.
Yeah,
just to
well-
inconvenience your life.
true. Yeah.
He's like,
They
why
think it's all
me?
He's digging at my narcissism. I know. I was telling.
Well, I was
the
going to make a
guys-
joke about you going in the kitchen and calling Trent.
Huh?
Calling Trent. Because you're so mad.
Thank God I don't have his number. I would have really embarrassed myself. by now.
Trent,
I
dude,
would've
did you watch
humiliated
Next
him.
On? Fuck
myself.
that.
Yeah. He won't even click on my messages, and it's probably a good thing.
Message him.
I hope.
On his, what? On his answering machine?
Well, the thing is, if he saw any one of my messages on their own, it would have been fine. But him not clicking on it for 12 years, would make quite a list of messages.
So how
If
many
you put it
messages
all
has he missed?
He's
If it's been 12 years, maybe 12. There's probably 12 messages waiting in an inbox for him that collectively would make me
dude.
look.
He
How
just
many
hits
zeros
delete.
do we need to add to that?
Yeah.
He hits delete, 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 delete.
Before even opening them?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
He doesn't listen to anybody.
No.
Oh,
I
So
don't
he's
blame
like,
him.
yo, listen to this to his assistant, whoever that is. Because I'm sure he has an assistant.
like, this kid must think he's fucking messaging Michael Jackson. Like, I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Well, you know, another conversation I got into with people online this week was over. I posted something on Instagram. I told you last week how I had like 15,000 people on my Instagram and it was private for like a couple years now. And then I decided to open it public and it went up to like 31,000 in a
Yeah.
day. And I welcomed all these people.
Welcome to my flock.
Yeah. Well, so I posted a picture of my new kitten or a little video of my new kitten. And like 40% of the comments were, hey, Andy, Chucky, hi, Andy, friends to the end, cute cat, Andy, blah, blah, blah. And someone asked me a question with Andy in it, and I like answered it, but I also wrote, and it's Alex. It's added on there.
Yeah.
And then there were like 3 comments from people like, dude, why do you have to get so angry at your fans? Wait, obviously, this is the only way they know you, like, blah, blah, blah. So my first response to that was, dude, I just corrected you. I feel like I do have a right to correct you of my name if
Yeah.
I feel like doing so.
Right.
Like, doesn't mean I'm so angry. I wasn't like, motherfucker, and like,
Motherfucker, it's Alex
Not
motherfucking
again.
Vincent!
think about how often it happens. Like, if every
I don't
time
know,
it
Alex.
happens,
That sounds
I was
really
like,
narcissistic
"Not
of you.
Not again.
Well, no, I don't think it is.
All
I
right,
think
so what Alex is saying, he's making a formal apology on here to that
No,
guy.
I'm telling people stop calling me Andy on my kitten posts. If I post something with Chucky or about a con
you're
and
gonna
people
get
call
a-
me Andy, it's totally
You just loaded every gun on,
to do
on
that. Yeah.
in social media.
I mean, I'll tell you what. That was my point. That it doesn't make me upset because I'm so fucking used to it. It's constant,
yeah.
and I.
I wish
find
one
it,
person
I kinda
would call
find
me
it just
Nerdy Tech.
unimaginative, and
Yeah.
like my name is right there. Like I get that that's a popular role that I did, but you are choosing to call me a character instead
Yeah.
of a person. Like,
And are you doing
that's
it-
your choice, and it's not original.
Are you doing
know what
it
I mean?
out
Like,
of what's the word I'm looking for here, guys?
I don't know. I have no idea where
I
that
don't know
was
either.
going.
Well, there's 2 ways they could be doing it. One is could be condescending, right? So
Well,
they're
I am
insulting you.
condescending. Oh,
And
oh,
then
them.
they're being
Yeah.
condescending. Thanks,
Right.
Andy.
But you got to
Yeah,
think
I'm
that sometimes
Rooster,
I can't
right?
tell the difference, for one
Right,
thing.
right.
Yeah.
Or they might be doing it because they're sincere about it, and they're like, "Yo, Andy, what's up? That's cool as fuck." Like Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
I mean, except for those are their names. Well, Kevin Smith is Kevin Smith, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. And I get that I'm known for that. Like, I do get both sides of it, which is why I don't flip on everybody who says it, nor did I flip on this person. I just
Yeah.
corrected him. But, you know, my preference after 38 years would be to be called Alex, like, if I had a preference.
You should just change your name to Andy.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Wouldn't make a difference. Then people start
Maybe-
calling me Alex.
Maybe Trent would read your messages.
I almost
If
want
I
to see.
might change my name to Andy Barkley on there.
I
don't
wanna
think so.
see
I don't
a
think that would
comic
make a
strip.
difference.
in Calvin Hobbes style called Alex and Andy, and it's you with little Chucky, but it's drawn like Calvin and Hobbes,
Okay.
right?
Well, reach out to his people.
I will. Dear Calvin and Hobbes
Yeah.
artist. What's that dude's name? Chuck
My
Lorre?
friend Andy really wants to.
Yeah, my friend Andy has a identity conflict.
You guys ready for some more unread messages?
Yeah, what do we got?
Oh, no, I'm asking if you're going to be sending out messages like that.
I thought you had some up like,
Yeah, I thought you were pulling something up.
No.
oh, here we go. Calvin and Hobbes.
Oh, shit. This
Carolee.
Bill Watterson.
Your
Bill
assistant
Watterson.
So is quick with the buttons. Real
Yeah,
quick.
Carolee,
She gets
she's
to
like-
the-
she's
you,
like
you
a
have
walk-
his email, his home address, his wife's first name.
She's got a naked picture of him. She's like,
Oh, fuck yeah.
She's got a blackmail plan written out and everything. All right.
she's got a redacted document she found in the trash.
All right, so guys, by far more exciting than our conversation tonight will be our chat with Stephen Geoffreys, who we're going to call here in just a moment. I have a lot I want to discuss with him, and he's such a super sweet dude. I've done a bunch of conventions with him. I've known him for a while at these shows, and I'm very thankful that he is coming on tonight, and we're going to chat with him right after this. I'm going to play a song.
I'm a huge fan.
You are? You got his face tattooed on you.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan, too.
I'm going to play a song first from Frankie and Rufus called All in All. We'll be back with Stephen Geoffreys right after this.
Dude, that was fun.
Can't always fall apart. Can't always sing a song. Turn the tables round. Open dawn. All and all. All and all. All and all. We were young. You can't always open this empty box of smile. And the steps that were taken now, they only cost a smile. And the treetops were swaying, no one was listening. The oceans were cold, but no one was fishing. We to say, always what is all and all. All and all. All and all. We all and all. All and all. All and
Charlie, are you listening to me?
A badly mutilated corpse was found under the North Creek Bridge by the old mill. As yet, the
Charlie,
police have no leads, but
you know what I heard on the police band last night?
Small children.
That wasn't the only murder.
Police have opened
The second in 2 days. And get this. Both of them had their heads chopped off. Can you believe it? You're sick.
Hey!
Charlie? Oh, you're so cool, Brewster. I can't stand it.
Jesus, you got here, you jerked off 168 times? It's been 1 month since your last confession? That's an average of,
5.6 times a day.
Oh my God, you can't tell them that. They'll cut your balls off. Here, make this 3 jerk-offs. Divide the rest into impure thoughts and wet dreams. And add another line to your list.
Check.
All right, we're back.
All right.
Steven, how you doing, man?
But not too bad, thanks.
I don't know if
Yeah,
you could hear those clips. I played, obviously, you're so cool, Brewster, which is like one of the best lines in horror history. But I had to play a clip from Heaven Help Us, and that movie cracks me up.
I love that movie.
Oh,
hi, it's Joe.
Thanks.
So, yeah, Steven, I'm with Joe Davison and Mikey Wells. They're both really big fans of you, as of course I am as well. I was saying earlier, we've done, sometimes it seems like the world, circles around these conventions that we do because we're all over the place. I've seen you in who knows how many cities over the past 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, God, especially you. Where are you going this weekend?
I'm going to Scarefest.
Oh, I was kind of only kidding, but you are.
Are you going to be there?
Oh my God! No,
Not this time.
I think I did that a year or two ago.
Oh, okay.
And it was great.
Yeah, it's been a good 5 or 6 or 7 since I've done that one, so I'm happy to go back.
Have fun.
Yeah, we get to do a lot of these, and I know we've done a couple Q&As together and stuff, which is always fun. And we have a lot of common people that we've worked with, so we talk about a lot of the same things. I'm not the only one who's asked what it was like to work with Tom Holland,
And had you? Did you see Fright Night before you started filming Child's Play? Or no,
I did, as a matter of fact.
Shit!
Wow.
Well,
so what happened was I got Child's Play. I was 6 years old, and we were trying to figure out how I could be more familiar with Chris Sarandon, who was going to be playing, basically the male lead, the cop in Child's Play, and it was directed by Tom Holland. So the perfect film for me to learn something about both of them was Fright Night. So I was 6 years old when I saw that movie.
oh my God!
It's the first pair of boobs I ever saw on screen. I remember that. And I loved it. Luckily I was a bright kid, so I did know that it wasn't Jerry Dandridge that was going to be working on this film with me. But it was then and still to this day is one of my favorite horror films ever. And your character in that was fucking iconic. It was iconic. Mikey Wells in our studio has your Evil Ed face tattooed on his arm.
That's true.
Oh, right.
And I get
awesome.
You probably see that a lot,
I've seen a bunch at the conventions. It's always a pleasant surprise, and they're very well done.
Yeah.
I mean, mine's pretty rad.
Yeah, yours is pretty good. I mean, he works at he owns a tattoo place. I mean, so it should be good. But
wow.
I was going back every time I have a guest on. I go back and I get kind of refamiliar with some things. And yeah, Heaven Help Us was just such a great comedy. What an awesome way to break you into the film business with such fantastic actors to work off of. That was my initial thought from that film. Is you were surrounded by fantastic actors, and you can't ask for any more than that,
Yeah, it made it incredibly easy, and I mean, it's like everyone's on the same page. Very, they actually knew their lines before they came on the set, which is always helpful. And and like your movie and my Fright Night, it was incredibly well cast.
Yeah.
I mean, the people that I think Howard Fuhrer cast that one, and he's one of the best. And it's weird. I wasn't offered the part in Heaven Help Us at first because I hadn't done anything.
Theater.
And,
you were doing theater at the time, right?
Just like off Broadway,
Okay.
nothing big. I had gotten a play that eventually went to Broadway, but I was still rehearsing that when I auditioned, and I was temping, just to make money to pay my rent, and
Sure.
I went into the audition, I think in like a suit or something, and Howard was like, oh, and he told my agent that I was way too old. But then they still hadn't cast the part, and he came, or actually Michael Dinner, the director, came to see me in the play that had just opened, and he said, "Oh my God, I want that kid as Williams." That was it. So it's because I looked, I was playing like a 14-year-old in the musical, and so it's how the business works. It's you hope for the best, but the parts that I always got were the ones that I really didn't think I would necessarily, and so it's a crazy business. I don't miss the the randomness.
Neither
of it,
do I.
But I really miss working with great people and the creative part. But
well, that's how I feel. I mean, I was a little younger when I kind of walked away from it. It was my choice to start acting when I was 6, and it was my choice to stop when I was 13. Truthfully, I just wasn't getting work for a while, and the fickleness of that industry, and at a time where you're kind of changing physically, and I wasn't as cute as I was when I was 6. And
I've heard that before.
It's tough. It's one of the toughest businesses in the world to be put yourself out there, to be judged all the time, and to be swept up by their predeterminations of what they're looking for.
It's so easy.
Yeah, you've got to keep up that iron will, determination constantly. Like you said, even more so when you change into another image, which isn't what they want from you, because they want what made money in the last film, and
of course.
We want you to play Evil Ed. I heard that about 10 times.
Of course.
And
that gets boring. Yeah.
Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah.
It was awful. That and the cocaine.
Yeah, the cocaine. The
cocaine wasn't horrible.
It was the 80s. Yeah, it's fun, but
the cocaine was great.
The cocaine was good.
Everything else was
horrible.
Yeah. On the set of 976 Evil, it was. Oh my God, it was crazy.
Well, I think that deviant smile of yours really had a lot to do with maybe part of those offers coming, but also kind of what made you great in those films. Like even Heaven Help Us, like that scene. So much acting is with your face, and not only is your voice actually plays such a big part in your performances, but your face when you're walking down that aisle and those girls are receiving communion, and your mind is just lost in the moment until you pass out. Your face just displayed that so perfectly, and that smile. Your lips kind of curl up, and you just look like, oh, he's thinking something.
Yeah, he's thinking what those wafers are.
Yeah.
And it was kind of hard in that we were in an actual church, and I was having those impure thoughts, and I felt kind of guilty, but
yeah.
but
well, you only masturbate 500 times a day.
Yeah,
so.
5.6 times a day. You need a lot of thoughts. You need to stock up those thoughts.
Heck yeah. But that was so much fun. I mean, that was my first movie, and it's like you have no idea what's going to happen, so you're just so open to everything, and you're not worried about anything because you don't know really what to expect.
Yeah.
So you just put into it what you've been thinking about, the past 18, 20 years.
Yeah.
And it was definitely the best.
Yeah,
and,
when it's your first character really to develop, you throw as much of yourself in it as you can. You're right, all your own experiences.
Yeah.
Exactly that, and I was pretty lucky having good directors like Michael Dinner and Tom and great actors. So anyway.
So speaking of Tom, they were both of those films, Fright Night and Child's Play 1, were not filmed that long apart from each other. Tom was I don't want to say manic, but he had a absolute vision of what he wanted from the film, and I do remember a few like angry tirades where he wasn't happy with what was happening, and he was, I don't know if an aggressive director is maybe the best adjective for it, but what was your experience working with him?
Exactly the same. I mean, he knew exactly what he wanted in every shot, in every scene. I actually, when I got the part, I worked on that more than any other part. Like, Fraternity Vacation, I just kind of read the lines loud enough so that they could be heard, and look where I was supposed to look. But with that, I mean, I worked my ass off, because I'm not at all like that, sort of obnoxious, over the top character in real life. So I had to come up with things, and I didn't want to do that laugh. I mean, when I read it in the script, I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna try to see if I could get away with not doing it. But when we actually did the scene and I didn't do it, he just exploded. He was like, he couldn't believe it. He was like, oh my God, you have no idea how important this is.
Yeah, yeah.
And I really didn't. I'm like,
sure.
I just knew that it was
how could
so
you know?
Obnoxious.
Yeah.
But you have to trust the guy in charge, and I did, and when it opened, I was living in New York, and I couldn't take a subway anywhere without kids, maybe getting off school saying, "Oh my God, there's that guy! Do that laugh!"
Yeah. Sure.
And if I didn't, they would mug me, or something.
That's the blessing and the curse of having an iconic line is you get asked to do it over and over and over again. Same thing with Brad Dourif and the Chucky laugh, and kind of similar to his. Yours is not that easy to do, and being someone who is familiar with your real speaking voice, I could tell that the entire Evil Ed, despite the fact that you were younger, but the entire Evil Ed persona has an affect in your voice. It's not just the laugh. The kind of your whole amped up delivery of your voice was an intentional thing. Am I right?
Oh no, you're exactly right, and it helped that I went to college for quite a while studying in conservatory programs where you you do the Edith Skinner thing and the
Meisner.
That comes from anyway. But yeah, no, that's the way I talk.
Yeah. No,
that's what I'm trying to say. It's not like an Einstein theory.
Yeah.
It's how I and it worked. It.
Oh, it absolutely works. Yeah.
But,
and it also gave some separation to Evil Ed from your other characters, And then you played another wild-ass character in 976 Evil, which directed by Robert Englund, right?
I love that movie.
Yeah.
What was that set like? That seems like a pretty wild set.
It was, and I was it was the first script that I got that I wasn't like, oh my God, I can't wait to do this.
Right.
I mean, it was exciting, but actually a great writer, Brian Helgeland, who I think got an Oscar for The Usual Suspects after that.
Right.
But it was kind of like I could do it in my sleep, sort of.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Like when you do a play, you read the script, like, oh my God, this is going to be so good. But the first day of rehearsal of 6 or 7 weeks of rehearsal, you have no idea what's going to happen.
Sure.
And it's just this incredible sense of wonder that you have, that that it's going to turn into something totally different. You don't know, actually, so you're scared to death that it won't. But that kind of helps motivate you. But with that movie, I started not having that feeling, and again, I was actually not having a lot of feelings, period. Unfortunately, but it's some bad choices I made. But
right.
But Robert was great, and actually, my mother in it was played by Sandy Dennis. That was just. I love that lady. I would see her in New York all the time. Like, she'd be doing plays and stuff, and I'd pass her on the street, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, that's Sandy Dennis."
Yeah.
And you end up working with somebody like that. It's just thrilling, and
knowing how verbose and talkative Robert Englund is, I'm sure working with him firsthand must have been interesting. Yeah.
He just is nonstop.
Yeah. He tells amazing stories, so you're so happy to listen to him, but he does just tell them, and he tells them in such detail that they go on. That's why his lines last forever at conventions, because he gets started on a story, and he spends 6 minutes with each person,
No, he's not boring. I mean,
no, he's not. He's not.
I just, and he knows so many people in the business, and started out, working with, so many successful actors, and it's fascinating to hear those stories, especially the alcohol and drug fueled stories. Those were the best.
Those are always the best.
Yeah,
for everyone.
And I mean, he's. I think he might have dabbled in that stuff, but he doesn't need anything.
No. He'll talk plenty without it.
Yeah. I mean,
and he'll stay sharp and fascinating. Yeah.
A lot of my friends say, "Oh my God, he must have been just coked up." And I said, "No, that's just how he is. He's just passionate about life."
Well, Stephen, you were, a good-looking, talented actor who was in a lot of things in the 80s, and like you've said, referenced a couple times, cocaine is, especially back then, kind of fuels the party, and if you're along for the ride, that becomes kind of part of the deal sometimes,
Yeah, and like some people, like Robert, you could take it or leave it, but I took it and ran with it. I mean, I think
for what, a good
one of the last
decade or
things
two.
I did was a TV movie pilot for CBS, and I think the makeup guy had a bottle of nasal spray filled with supposedly antihistamine, but it was coke, and
really,
and the director would go back and forth on his golf cart to his trailer, and come back way too happy. It was just, it wasn't fun at all.
No,
I mean,
well, that's what I've always said about cocaine. It's like, it's clearly from the devil.
Yeah.
It fills your mind with like the most perverse sexual thoughts ever, but makes your dick shrivel up like a stack of dimes.
Bad feelings.
That's got to
into
be
good
from
feelings.
that's got to be from the devil.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly it, and it just, it gets worse and worse. It doesn't get better, and I'm super grateful that somehow I managed to survive all of that.
Well,
And it's I have no idea because I was crazy. I did some crazy stuff, and
well, I mean, it definitely.
but,
it
a lot
definitely.
of it was fun. I'm not gonna.
Oh, of
say
course.
it was all,
Cocaine is fun. There's no
a
question
downer.
about
I mean,
it.
I had a blast.
Yeah.
You know, it was great for
a
while there.
Yeah. And then the fun
after we
times
got high
become less.
with Chris
Yeah.
Penn on the set of At Close Range. I hate that this conversation is going in, but it was, we were filming in Tennessee, and Chris loved to do hash.
Yeah.
Which I had never done, but I went to his hotel room and I did some, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is good stuff.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, how do you act on this? But he did. He was stoned like it a lot.
Well,
feeling.
When you're a chronic pot smoker, it has a different effect.
Obviously,
Definitely.
'cause
The
got
tolerance
great
is unreal.
reviews.
It makes us waste so much good stuff. This insane tolerance.
Is it like caffeine for you?
I mean, I don't know. I smoke pot.
When I get up,
and it's still a regular part of my life. The rest of everything, I pretty much stay away from. I know kind of where it leads, and I've been there, and I've done everything, and I've like you said, it's the fun times get replaced with not so fun times, and the not so fun times last a lot longer.
Yeah. Once you're out of control, forget it.
Yeah.
I mean, and so sadly, a lot of people I know, didn't make it.
Yeah.
I was doing one of those movies where, oh my God, I could rent a red camera. I'm gonna make a movie. You know, like as soon as the availability of cameras came out to do good movies, everybody. And I did all these offers to do them. You probably did too.
There were a couple movies, independent horror films that we both. One of the films you did, Emerging Past. I was talking to him. I remember that script was sent to me at one point, and I don't know why it didn't happen. It was supposed to, but it talks about how fickle the industry is. I stopped auditioning because I hated the fucking process. Like, it just became the worst thing in the world for me. And I don't know, if that's what led to you kind of stop going on regular auditions or not. We talk about how fickle the industry is and how soul-crushing it can be. And, of course, if you add a cocaine habit to that, it doesn't make any of it easier. There's no doubt. I mean, I'd be remiss, Stephen, to not mention the 90s and your career flip there, if you don't mind talking about it.
Well, I would rather not go into detail.
Yeah. Okay. No worries.
You can pretty much go online and.
Well, that was kind of my point of it, is that IMDb and the internet makes no secret of anything. Anymore, and whether it's something that you talk about fans with, that I imagine people are hesitant to bring it up, but it shows, really how the industry is difficult. When I left acting, I left because it wasn't fun anymore. It didn't become fun, and when you only have prepared yourself kind of for one direction in life, and that becomes difficult to navigate through. The cliche. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, that was just. I was just in such a dark place. I mean, I had no idea. When I first started in the business, legitimately, it was my life, and it was what I wanted to do, and it materialized. The thoughts in my mind about wanting to be in a movie or a play started happening. But you can't. And I had a great acting teacher, Ron Van Loo at NYU. He went to Yale and then he went to Princeton, But anyway, he was one of my teachers at NYU, and and he said you can never ever lose track and focus of exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of distractions.
Absolutely.
And again, I was so immature and so unsure of myself that happened. And
well, when you take how particular your situation is out of it, the story in itself is relatable to a lot of people. Life, the trajectory that you want to take compared to what's available to you, clashes with each other sometimes, and things become difficult to navigate. So you're by far from the only person who's made choices that, whether or not they prove to be regrettable or not, it was the direction that things went, whether it's what you had planned for yourself or not. But the talent that you brought to acting is only really there. Talent only works if there's a passion for it, and your passion for it is obvious. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I consider myself incredibly lucky. I mean, I did stuff that was very well respected, and people still talk about it, and that in itself.
Well, you did it well too. It's not just being part of the family or the crew. It's pulling your weight and leaving a mark, which you did on a lot of these characters, and it showed what a talented actor you are. And I'm happy. I know these independent films that come at us, the people like me at least that don't want to be auditioning often. It's. You take some of these roles, and some of them work out great, and some of them don't. Tiffany Shepis is going to be on the show next week, and I know you did that movie New Terminal Hotel with her.
Oh, that was, I loved that. That was actually one of those, super low, no budget movies that I liked.
That came out great, yeah.
And we filmed it, I think, in less than 2 weeks, which
that's a challenge.
Yeah, for somebody that has been in the business a while and knows what they're doing, it's hard. But it you do your best at what you have to work with, and but that was fun, and she was awesome.
She's a lot of fun. She's sweet.
Yeah,
and funny.
Yeah, and she brought along Corey Haim,
right? Who she was engaged to, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah. And we all know how that ended.
I know, just tragic.
Very sad.
He was such a sweet kid. We talked about him a little bit last week. Both of the Coreys came up, and he was a sweet guy.
He was the sweetest man. I mean, such a nice guy, and
his mom was nice
it
too.
It just was so sad. I mean, but he's at peace now, and he's in a good place.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough, and there's the level of fame where you can still go out to the supermarket and you can still go about your business, and you're not harassed by anyone, or harassed is an odd term. I mean, I know most people mean well when they're just showing their affection for what they appreciate about your career, but you're not forced to deal with that. I'm not when I go to the store. I imagine you're not probably when you go to the store, and thank God for that. Is kind of how I feel. You know what I mean? Especially without the fortune. Fame without the fortune is a fucking weird place to be in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's...
That should be the title of your book, Alex.
Yeah. It definitely has its positives. There's no doubt about it. And our appreciation for it is greater than our frustration at times, I'm sure.
Oh, my God. When I did my first show in New York, and I think I was getting like $300 or $400 a week, I could not believe it, that I was getting paid this much to do what I love to do.
That's the
and,
thing, yeah.
It's a great process if your senses are all intact.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So anyway, so what's on your? So when do you leave for the convention? Tomorrow?
I'm flying out Friday morning. I've been having these problems with my ears flying, being on all these planes, but I'm getting on another one, a 737 to Cincinnati for the convention in Lexington, Scarefest this weekend. What about you? Do you have any shows this October?
No, absolutely none. No.
None?
And
Wow.
I probably don't enjoy them as much as
You used to?
you do. They're fun. They're kind of hard. I mean,
They are hard. Oh, they're exhausting.
Like 3 days.
Exhausting.
They're exhausting. I've said so many times. I waited tables for like 17 years, and I've worked doubles at, and I'm sure you did also. And I worked at doubles in restaurants. And
Yeah.
Go home dead tired, and it doesn't even compare to how tired I am on a Saturday night after a long convention. Like,
Yeah. Maybe it's just you're older now.
yeah, just being on for everybody over and over again
Yes.
is fucking tiring.
So you're going to Cincinnati this weekend?
Well, I'm going to Lexington. I'm flying into Cincinnati.
Okay.
I try to only take direct flights now because
Uh,
I have this like eustachian tube dysfunction with my ear. It sucks.
Oh, and you live in Florida?
I live in
right?
Florida. Yeah, where do you live?
I'm in San Francisco.
Oh, okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
Love San Francisco.
Yeah.
But are you from New York originally?
No, actually, I am from Cincinnati, Ohio. I lived
wow.
there, and as soon as I graduated high school, I went to college in St. Louis, and then to NYU. And
Oh, NYU. Is that where you became a Yankee fan?
yeah. No, I always wanted to live in New York. I mean,
Yeah.
since I was a little kid, I don't know what it was about that city. It just looked so magical. And when I went there for the first time, it was a billion times more than I even expected. And today's like actually a really sad day. Saddest day of the year, basically.
I was talking about that earlier, and how this day always kind of brings you right back to that moment when you first either turned on the TV or someone shouted at you to turn on the TV. And I was also commenting about how different, how united everybody was at that time, and how much that contrasts to now. We all felt incredibly united. And like even before a lot of us started to really hate George Bush, when he got on the mound at Yankee Stadium and he threw a perfect strike, like I mean, that was as patriotic as I ever felt in my life. You know what I mean?
No, exactly. He lived up to the moment, and it brought everybody together. And to think of how things are today, it's like it seems like another world. It's like, what the hell is going on?
I know. It is. It is. It's a reality. It's a reality show, and we all have the internet,
news.
so we all get to comment about it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
You go ahead.
All right.
Well,
you go.
I'll go.
Yeah,
Let me go.
So now, so are there like people listening live to this? Or?
Yeah, I don't know. Not many. There's a few. It'll end up on YouTube, and
There's
then
like
some people
700
will listen
followers.
more on YouTube. There's 600 people follow me.
Yeah.
I'm not that famous. I'm not that famous. People don't really care that
But
much.
it's live. Yeah, there are
We do
people
it because
listening.
it's fun,
though.
but it's live and people are listening. If they had any questions for Stephen Geoffreys, you could have texted him. I never gave out the number because we're slacking.
Yeah.
But, you've heard all the fan questions. We have a big fan here. I mean, he's got your face tattooed on his body. So do you have a fan question about horror for...
I was wondering more like getting in, we'll say transitioning around the time of Sick Girl. Like what was going on then to jump back into the movies?
I'm sorry, I did
Did you
not
hear his
hear
question?
that.
Oh, he was asking about Sick Girl and what that was like for you to step back into that.
It was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all right. I mean, I wouldn't say it was the highlight of my career, but
not at all.
But
yeah, but that's the thing with horror. And even like 976 Evil. Not to. I'm not being negative on it, but it can be a bad movie and be a great movie in that genre.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's something about the lower budget and kind of, I don't know, like visceral way of shooting it where it feels like it was done with a camcorder. There's something about that where that people connect with it almost as much as the high budget shit, you know?
Yeah, it's like the Roger Corman effect. You go in. I don't know what it is, but you film it like you're taking it seriously, but you kind of are winking on the side, and for some reason it appeals to a large group of people. I mean, it's not gonna.
I think the true answer is passion.
Yeah,
those films are made with passion
behind it.
Yeah, not money.
You can tell the difference. Yep.
Yeah.
That's why some just fall flat.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly right. Any other questions?
No, that's it, bud. But I appreciate you coming on. I always do love seeing you. You're always very kind to me at these shows, and you do have that great smile, and you say, "Hey, Alex," when you see me, and you're always very sweet. And when I see you in like Biloxi, Mississippi, or middle of nowhere, or whatever. And you have that Yankee hat on, it always makes me feel good because I'm from North Jersey. I grew up a diehard Yankee fan, so.
Oh, so you must be pretty happy at this point.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good. We could use another starting pitcher, but besides that.
Wow. Now, why the Yankees? You just...
Well, because I grew up 5 miles from Yankee Stadium, and I had an opportunity to root for winners, so, Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you were from
I'm
Bronx.
I'm from Bergen County, New Jersey, which was just through the tunnel. It was
there you go.
Yeah, or right over the bridge, honestly.
Right. I didn't know that.
The worst bridge I've ever met.
George Washington Bridge.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I've been a diehard Yankee fan. Where I grew up, you were either a Yankees-Giants fan or a Jets-Mets fan, and I don't know, call me crazy. The team with all the championships and the pinstripes and the nice stadium was way more appealing. But I'll say this, in fairness, I became a fan in the mid-late 80s, and they sucked for 10 years. They were terrible, so...
Yeah, it was dark before the light came. I mean, it was.
Then we had a lovely time in the 90s.
Oh my God, yeah. I was actually living in the city when the Mets won in, I think, '86.
In '86? Oh wow.
Yeah, well, when they won the World Series. Were you born yet?
I was 5, and I was 5, and I have very vague memory of my uncle flipping out on that error. And Daryl Strawberry
they were great. I love it.
Speaking of cocaine, Daryl Strawberry, he was quite a player.
Boy, I just can't imagine having that much money and that much. I
no,
been
me
dead
neither.
A long time ago.
Me neither. I know.
But those were the days. But
you need to get to a certain age and maturity level to get that much money. That's why you give a Justin Bieber $200 million before he's 18 and wonder why he's fucked up.
Yeah. He seems to be back on track. But yeah, it's. It is a crazy world, and, I'm just going to have a somber sort of night thinking about how much, life is just good, There's so much to be thankful for, and And anyway, it's been a great time chatting with you,
You too, bud.
Alex.
You too, man. I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with me, and not this season, but I'm sure soon I'll see you at a convention somewhere, and we'll catch up.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. I can't wait.
All right. Thanks, bud. Thanks so much.
Pleasure
have a
talking with you,
good
Steven.
night, man.
Yeah, you too, Alex. Take
All right,
care.
bud.
Bye-bye now.
Thanks, man. See ya.
Bye.
Awesome. Yeah, Stephen Geoffreys, such a
Interesting.
sweet dude. He's a sweet dude.
I love that guy.
He really, he has always been kind to me at these shows. And I don't think he's like a fan of Chucky or anything like that, or he just knows me from the shows.
Yeah,
it was
who
always
knows?
really nice. So I thank him for coming on and chatting with us and opening up about his life. We got some more stuff we want to talk about. We'll take a break here and kind of regroup. I'm going to play a song from Denny, who Denny Dwyer performed on our show, and he's going to be coming in soon to work on an acoustic record. This is one of the first songs we worked on, so I don't even remember if this was a final mix or not. But it's called Back from
And
the
we're
Other
drunk.
Side, and we will be back on the other side of this. If it'll play.
What do they think? What do they say? Why do they pound their fist, thinking that's the only way? What do they hear? Just their own voice. Is there a chance that they will see another choice? Look from the left, look from the right. Does perspective change the way you see the light? Just listen close. What do you hear? Are there other thoughts that might be just as clear? Give it a try. Back from the other side. When you just listen, you might hear so many sounds that feel so near. Help you see the world and watch it open wide. Try another point of view, then compare your feelings to the points you missed in the course of your blind ride. What might you see? You look back on the other side. Don't know how you feel, although it seems so real, till you understand the other side of the track. Are you willing to admit who is right won't matter if what is right at all that counts when we decide? It pays to try. Look back on the other side. When you just listen, you might hear so many sounds that feel so near. They help you see the world, watch it open wide. Try another point of view, can't compare your feelings to the point you missed along your blind ride. What might you see when you look back from the other side? When it's all done, how will you feel? Did you add to the divine, or was your aim to heal? Hey, Dr. King, you told us how. Though we came on different ships, we're all in the same boat now. Have you tried? Swallow your pride and just decide to look back on the other side. When your days on earth are through, let heaven's door your thoughts go to. The platforms that you stuck too far and wide. Firmly planted both your feet to hold your ground where both sides meet, clinging fast to the strong view you held inside. Does it still feel right when you look back from the other side?
That's Danny Dwyer on Cool 95.6. You're listening to... sorry. Okay. Forgot where I was. Welcome back, guys. We're still here. We're hanging out. We were just chatting about our chat with Stephen Geoffreys. Very just cool of him to come on.
Stuff. You know.
And cool of you guys to be tuning in. For those that are, and those that are listening to this on YouTube later, thanks for checking us out. Check out the other 17 episodes. We're going to do this for a bit. Next week, we're going to have Tiffany Shepis on, who has been in a ton of horror films and is a really cool chick. She's going to be on.
Icon.
She's been in a lot of horror films,
A lot. So that's going to happen next week. And then I think maybe not then. There's a week I have to take off. I'm going to be traveling for these conventions coming up. I got after Scarefest this weekend.
Yeah, it's October.
Then I've got New Jersey. I'm going up to Jersey.
I want to go to
like
Scarefest with you, Alex.
I'm going to miss 1 or 2 weeks coming up. I'm not sure. Just because of this ear problem. Like, if it weren't for that, I would be commuting back and forth to Florida. But because of that, I'm going to try to... I kind of have to spend time in places to fly direct from one to the next and not get on as many planes, because the more planes I get on, the more likely my ears are going to be fucked up through the holidays in the next few months.
Why's it all got to be about you, Alex, and your ear?
And my damn narcissism. Because it's my life. We're all narcissistic. Aren't we all seeing things through our eyes? Like, when that expression, like, the world revolves around you. Like, well, yeah.
I'm a humble motherfucker,
How does
Alex.
it not?
I would never do that.
It's revolving.
To quote Blade Runner and Rutger Hauer,
it's your story. It's your...
If you could only see what I've seen through your eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's not creepy at all.
deep,
I love
man.
it.
No, that's Blade Runner. Rutger Hauer, he was a robot.
Well, you know,
he made the eyes, and he
Blade
was
Runner.
telling the doctor, if only you could see what I've seen through your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about this Rambo movie
Why?
coming out?
I'll watch it. I love Rambo.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch it because I like Stallone, and I think it's amazing he's still making movies, even though he looks like some sort of like wet sack of.
He looks pretty fucking good for being in his 70s.
For a 70, yeah.
Yeah, he looks great, but he just looks like his skin's melting over like rocks.
Yeah, well, hey,
You know?
it's the look.
But I mean, yeah, he's cool, man.
He's in better shape than I am. It's fucking rough.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch. Have you seen him do his pull-ups?
No.
Bro, watch that shit on YouTube.
I haven't
He grabs
looked
it,
up
or like I think it was his Instagram.
slide pull-up
He
videos.
does like that shit with his pull-ups.
Really?
Yeah, he pulls
While
himself
he's up there
and pushes himself back. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like that.
That's fucking
step
hardcore.
over
Yeah,
an
step
invisible
up
box
the fucking
thing.
yeah.
Can you do that? Have you tried to do that?
Can I do what?
The step over the invisible box move.
The pull up the stairs.
You guys are making shit up.
No,
right
no,
now.
That's
no.
the thing, you
It's a thing.
goofball.
Oh wait, you're talking about like those fucking ninjas that grab the bar and do like
No.
magic
Yeah.
stuff.
No, I'm
They,
talking
like, walk
about
up.
like a girl cheerleader did it and it went viral.
So you're
It's
saying
like-
girl cheerleaders can't be ninjas?
Well, she might have been a ninja on her
Pretty
off
sure
time,
she's a
but she
ninja.
was just rooting for a team at this when I saw her.
Well, I
But
know
yeah,
what
she
you're
did
talking
that
about,
move
Alex.
Where like you pretend to step on a box and you can shift your body weight
Yeah,
over it.
ninja stuff.
Yeah, it's ninja stuff.
Yeah, ninja stuff.
And I am not a ninja, you know.
No? Have you ever tried throwing a star?
You know I have.
Yeah,
You know.
Dude,
You're a
hell
ninja.
yeah.
You're a ninja.
They have a different name though. They're not called ninja. stars.
Shuriken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a 9 Inch Nails tour with 9 Inch Nails and Jane's Addiction, and they called it the Ninja Tour.
Nah.
Yeah,
That's fucking sweet.
yeah. But Nails opened for Jane's, which was
Weird.
weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to go home early, which was cool.
Yeah. Who wants to see Alice in Chains?
I watched it once, but you know.
Jane's Addiction.
Yeah.
Was it Jane's Addiction?
Jane's Addiction. Yeah.
Who wants to see either one of them?
Yeah.
Wait, who did you say?
Alice in Chains.
Oh, I would have stuck around if that were the case.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Even with the new guy, he's really good. Obviously, Lane. Are you umming like old Alice in Chains with Lane Staley? Like,
No, I'm not.
okay.
Joe doesn't
I was
like
actually
that.
thinking of Offspring. They
Oh,
suck.
Offspring blows.
You
They
know,
suck.
I like
Mixing
Offspring.
the two, I don't. Mixing up the two of those is almost just as offensive.
No, I wasn't mixing them up. I was
What were
thinking
you
about
doing in the
Offspring
90s?
while you.
Were you
Sir
getting
Mix-a-Lot.
high? Were you getting high and listening to music?
No, I didn't start smoking until I was like 35.
Oh yeah.
I fancy myself pretty fly for a white guy.
Hey, or whatever he says.
Was that Offspring? That's not
Yeah,
Offspring.
that's
Pretty
Offspring.
fly for a white guy.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, and then I love fucking Weird Al took it and made it pretty fly for a rabbi.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Shalom.
I met Weird Al at a convention.
dude, he's cool, man.
Yeah, he was cool.
Right? How's he
Yeah.
for like in person?
He was.
He's
cool.
just wacky.
He wasn't being weird.
He's wacky,
you know?
dude.
I guess is that a disappointment if you meet him and he doesn't do something weird?
Yeah, he's not like, hey!
Like, hey man, I paid my $30. Be weird. Yeah.
As long as
Yeah.
you had what you want, right, Alex?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love your Hawaiian shirt. Give it to me. I gave you $30. Right? I bought your shirt. And sign it.
You know I love him.
I wonder when the last hit he put out was. He did it one fairly recently. I think he's still,
All
he's
about
still
the
doing it.
Pentiums. Right? M&M's.
Yeah.
One. White and Nerdy.
Yeah.
That was like 10 years ago, wasn't it?
Do you have the
I don't know.
full Weird Al Yankovic discography at home?
Do.
Yeah.
I do. I don't need it at home. It's in my brain.
It's in your brain.
Yeah.
I think that's next, right? Getting
Remember
playlists
lo-
implanted in your brain.
Remember
You pick your
lasagna?
favorite music. You go to a office and they put you through some like radiation machine, and then you could just listen to it.
Why don't they just put a fucking chip in the back of your brain circuit?
I don't know. I wonder if they could do that, and you could hear things with your brain and not your ears. Like your ears send signals to your brain, no doubt. So can you just bypass the ears
I know,
and
holla
just
back,
put
girl.
sound into your brain?
This sounds like some dumb shit, Alex.
Yeah.
No, it sounds like
How
some
high
shit.
are you?
Shut the fuck up, Andy.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. Like Upgrade. You see
I
Upgrade?
fucking love Upgrade.
Upgrade?
Yeah, guy's gonna die, but they put this chip in him and he'll be fucking awesome, but it controls him at times.
Way to spoil it. Look,
All
Alex,
right.
just watch the movie
That's
Upgrade.
the plot.
All right. Everything's got a movie already.
Upgrade's
All
fucking
my cool
dope.
ideas.
Upgrade is fucking dope, man. I promise. You'll love it.
You yawning?
What?
Are we
know.
boring you?
No, man. Sorry.
It's that voice of yours, Alex. It's just so
so
fucking
soothing.
soothing. It's like creamy
And your
butter.
voice comes in and just like,
and comforts me.
all the hair on our neck stands up.
Yeah. Well,
Who's
that
a creep
too.
in the room?
Yeah. I was thinking you were like the smooth and creamy froth, and he's like the bitterness of the coffee.
Oh, I'm not spice. You'll love it, you little bitch.
Okay. Well, all right. Put your shirt on.
So what else we got going on? In 2 weeks after Tiffany Shepis, Mark Patton is going to be on, who was from Nightmare on Elm Street and has a pretty interesting life and story. He's Jesse, isn't it 2? Nightmare on Elm Street.
No, I
2.
thought Johnny Depp was Jesse.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
Man,
I think we're talking about
part
part 2.
Horror fans? I think it's part 2.
Part
And
2,
I think he plays Jesse.
You know
He fights him on
that Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
That one.
Doesn't he get up? He like ends up killing Freddy like on the stairwell, right?
Oh shit! I don't know, man. I
feel like
don't quiz me on horror.
Yeah,
that's just
funny.
a goddamn shame, Alex. But you know what I mean. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 has a certain reputation.
It's not like Grease 2.
Jumping from horror, did you guys see that game show Spin That Wheel or Spin the Wheel?
What? Spin the Bottle? I played that in my closet once.
No, Spin the Wheel.
No.
No, what is it?
It's hosted by Dax Shepard.
Okay, this sounds awesome.
And it's a gigantic wheel.
Okay.
And you get 16 spins, and there's different wedges, and some of them are for like $1 million. And you have to answer questions. There's different rounds. You have to answer questions.
Yeah.
And there's some back to zero wheels, and there's positive money, negative money. And based on how well you do on the questions, is how good the wheel is for you, and how positive the wheel is, how many more positives than negatives there are on it. And if that's not enough, that's round 1. Then someone from your family or someone you love gets put in the hot seat. And they have to decide, well, first they have to decide if they want to go for double money based on a little hint of what the question will be. If they think you know the answer, they'll double the money. But then it gets really interesting towards the end when Deal or No Deal style, they make you offers based on how the wheel's going. And the person of your family decides whether or not to take the offer without telling you whether or not they decided to do that. And then you play out the rest of the game still. So they could offer you like $60,000.
Yeah.
The wheel could give you $3.5 million.
Right.
And they could have taken the $63,000, and you don't find out till the end.
This game sounds fucking stupid.
It sounds amazing.
Honestly, it's fun. First of all,
you get
it's gotta
16
be rigged.
spins on a wheel?
It's got to be rigged to somehow to where they're not giving away the $23 million, which is like the best
That's
you
not
could do
true.
in the game.
Did you see that documentary on The Price is Right?
Yeah, that guy who like memorized every price.
Yeah, he
of
figured it
everything.
out.
Yeah.
He found the algorithm.
Well, this is like it's not really how hard you push the wheel. It's like electronical, like.
Oh, I see.
But it's random, supposedly, or whatever. But
no bullshit. There's a dude on a computer in the back.
You would think so, almost, to make the game keep it.
I don't believe you, Dax Shepard.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Didn't I see you paint chips on That's Always Sunny? Yeah, I don't know.
His wife is hot.
He was in the remake of Chips.
His wife is Kristen Bell.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
They're hot.
It's a rare one that I know.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
They like have the super special relationship. Kind of like Ryan Reynolds and...
It's a super special relationship?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, because they're just so in love.
Oh, it's one of those?
Yeah, man. They do like really stupid shit together on Instagram all the time. You don't follow them?
You know,
I don't follow them, I don't think.
I follow both of them. They're
follow
great.
on Instagram.
You know.
You just drive jokes to death, man. You're just
Dude,
like
he pushes them
burying
into the
down.
dirt.
You just like catch on a thing and just grinding.
He's like Iron Man beating the Hulk into the
making
face.
himself laugh.
I disagree.
You can make yourself laugh.
I do everything to make myself laugh.
Yeah.
Now who's narcissistic?
If you guys would say something
Who's the
funny,
real narcissist?
I wouldn't have to.
Said plenty of funny things tonight.
I didn't say anything.
You're so self-centered, Alex.
I am so full.
I'm just sitting here quiet.
What does narcissism include? This was my thought.
Blowjobs.
Does it include? If you're lucky.
I don't want to have to give him
like
another
vanity?
blowjob.
Is it like if you're vain, you're a narcissist? If you...
Yeah, of course.
You would think so, right? Like,
narcissist.
Yeah, it's feeling
You know.
like the world revolves around
The
you.
guy
and
who
thinking
stood
you're
at the
best
river and
at
looked at his
everything.
reflection forever, for all of eternity.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose like Patrick Bateman making muscles in the mirror while he's banging some prostitute is pretty narcissistic move.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Do you look
That's
at
just a
yourself in
good
the mirror when
time.
you fuck women?
Every time.
Every time. You gotta try out for that.
You gotta look good to look in a mirror to have sex with someone.
I have a premium Snapchat.
Yeah. You're looking at the definition of narcissism?
Yep.
She's on it. She's like our researcher. You're the
Tech
show's
support.
researcher.
Yeah.
What's it say,
yeah,
Alex?
I know what narcissism is.
I'll read it because our audience
I know.
may not.
I know the president.
Narcissism, exaggerated sense of self-importance, have a sense of entitlement, or require constant, excessive admiration.
Yeah, that's me.
So because I was once again labeled a narcissist by someone this week, and we're discussing this, am I a narcissist for discussing it because it's about me?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
but
come
what
on.
happens when a narcissist calls you a narcissist?
I don't know. Yeah, then
let's
it's like
find out.
Just throwing.
What does that mean? Is that even worse? Is that a double negative? I don't know.
Oh, my ears.
Dead
fucked
air.
up.
Dead air.
Dead air, folks. Why are you researching? You're not the researcher.
I know, sorry, but I wanted to know.
He's fascinated
Narcissism is the pursuit of gratification from vanity, of egotistic admiration of one's idealistic self-image and attributes. The term originated from the Greek mythology where the young Narcissus fell in love with his own image reflected in a pool of water.
Fuck yeah.
You were saying that for a reason.
Yeah, that's what it was true.
Oh,
That's
that's
where
when
it came
people first
from.
figured out? Like,
Huh?
I don't, okay.
Narcissism came from the mythology of the dude who
The
stood at
mythology of that guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, narcissism. He stood and looked
I
at his
didn't know
own
that,
reflection.
like, personality traits are traced back to mythology. Like,
Well, because everybody's had him since the beginning of time. I imagine there's a fucking caveman out there who was
Who
like,
thought he
I
was
am
the
best
hot shit
caveman.
caveman.
Look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
me. Shave my pubes.
yeah.
And they're like,
Fuck
hairless
yeah.
one.
I don't think I act that
Because I
way,
imagine
honestly.
that's how they all talk.
That's how I do it, Joe.
That's how cavemen talk.
All right,
Look
let's
at him,
see.
our headless leader.
Is this Scarefest? Is this the right Scarefest?
Who knows, Alex? Who knows, sir?
Are you
trying to-
taking me, Alex? Let's go.
This weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome to come to any of these. But, you don't. I don't see it I don't see it at conventions.
Yeah, I don't even see it local ones.
You guys
didn't-
gotta
You
get
didn't
a
come
table.
to Screamfest.
I'll be at Spooky.
Yeah?
You can't come to Screamfest.
Who?
You.
I'm good.
I mean, no, Tampa Bay Screams. Sorry.
Oh,
My
it's
bad.
not that I
Sorry,
can't.
Sean.
It's not that I can't. I just
You didn't
choose
come to Tampa Bay
continue to
Screams
do.
there, buddy.
Yeah,
I
but
need
it's not
to
that
or
I
what?
can't go.
Do what?
I need to or what?
You didn't come to the last one. I was
No, I
at it
didn't.
like 3 weeks ago.
I wanted to.
What happened?
I started doing
I
this project.
didn't. Yeah, called Jerking Off.
No, I was like building a studio and creating jobs for people. No big deal.
What studio?
Sorry.
You don't have a studio. You mean your
My
second
bad.
location of your personal business?
Yeah, that.
We can't all be millionaires.
I'm sorry. I'm
It's
gonna
all
go.
right.
I'm gonna
Are
go
you a
count my
millionaire?
millions after this.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I'm gonna make it fucking rain.
Yeah, why don't you put some in like a movie, buddy? Let's talk about this.
Yeah, if you got $1 million, let's
Yeah,
stop fucking around
flip
here.
one over here.
Yeah.
Give me a reach around, will ya?
Scarefest,
I
it's
was
this weekend. Oh,
I was
ahead.
gonna star in your film, Joe, and like get it ratings and fans. All of my adoring fans could have showed right up to the theaters, made millions.
I saw clips from the film, Hank, and we're both too old. There's no characters for us.
I'll shave this glorious beard off, and I got a baby face. I
Yeah,
promise.
that's true. Yeah, if I had a baby face and a bowl haircut,
Just waiting to film.
I could go right back to.
Yeah.
Then you could call me Andy.
You could be
all
on
the time.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, I'm starring in Joe's movie, Hank. I'm the lead.
So this weekend, Scarefest in Lexington, I'm looking at the list. Bruce Campbell will
Oh,
be there.
man.
Lori Petty
I love her.
will be there. Skeet Ulrich
Mm.
will be there. Lee Majors.
Nice.
Sid Haig. The
He's
last I
sick.
heard, he was in a hospital
Yeah.
from some sort of accident that I never heard.
I didn't
what-
follow
what
up with it, so I don't know what happened to him.
So I don't know if he'll be there or not.
And I don't know the dude.
I can
You know what I
definitely
mean?
bench
So, like,
more than
what
I
am
mean,
I-
he's resilient as hell. He's had health problems, and
Yeah, look
he
at
always
him.
bounces
He's
back.
like 500 years old.
So I think he'll be all right.
He started making movies in 1964.
One of my favorite people, Felissa Rose, will be there. John Kassir will be there. We should try to have him on.
The voice of the Crypt Keeper?
Yeah, we should try to have him on because he worked with Kevin Yeager also. That's the tie back to me, so I could still be a narcissist and make it about me.
There you are. There it is, folks.
there
Take
it
a
is.
shot.
Myself and Christina Elise will be there. Kane Hodder will be there. Dee Snider.
It's my
will
boy,
be there.
Kane Hodder.
Mick Foley will be there.
Dude, I totally hang out with Mick Foley.
From-
He's an awesome guy. He's so
From
sweet
Beverly
to
Hills
me.
Cop?
No, Mick, not Axel Foley. Mick Foley. Cactus Jack.
Mankind.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm not a wrestler fan, so I don't know what you guys are.
He's awesome. He's really. You seem like you should be a wrestling fan.
No,
Really?
I never got into it. Thought it was
love it.
ridiculous.
You always thought it was ridiculous, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't always ridiculous. Maybe it is
I
now.
mean,
but
I'm talking
it wasn't
Junkyard
always.
Dog days, man, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
I don't know. When I was 11,
Demolition.
Sting and Ric Flair looked pretty mad at each other, and I was very happy to be
I
there
thought it
and
was awesome. I'm pretty sure.
see them
Mick
smash each
Foley
other.
and Jim Duggan have had matches together.
Mick Foley and
Does he still use a hacksaw?
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Has he got a piece of 2x4 with him?
I don't know that he's still making appearances in the WWE. at
How old
all.
is he?
I think he's done some commentating.
Oh, he does conventions too.
Yeah.
I think he's been at some shows, and I'm sure he brings a 2x4.
What about the
How do you know?
Bushwhackers?
I saw them at a convention many years ago.
Are both of them
You know, a lot of
still
these
alive?
guys live in Tampa too.
I know, they all live here. You know who I met? Big Show.
Oh, really?
I went to his house.
You went to Big Show's house? Huh?
Yeah. Mansion.
Was it big?
Yeah, it was giant.
Yeah, it would have to be.
He's huge.
Yeah, he is.
He's giant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I went fishing with John Cena.
What?
Yeah.
I
He
would
was my
kick his
sister's
ass.
neighbor. Like next door neighbor in Land O'Lakes many years ago. And he came by a barbecue and we were fishing. It was
That's
fun.
awesome.
Yeah.
I can definitely squat more than John Cena.
That's preposterous what you just
You're
said.
out of your mind.
So, anyways, we'll be back
You can
next
squatty
week.
potty.
I'll try to make one of those videos from Scarefest and put it on the YouTube channel of whatever is going on over there. I'm sure
Yeah.
I could just... I don't want to be one of those creepy guys. Like, I absolutely hate when people walk past me at the conventions with their cell making a video.
Yeah.
And, like, they're commenting, and I've just become part of their video. Like, with my face looking at them like... Oh,
Hi.
hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm busy, like, doing something and they do it, I'm less annoyed by it than if I'm just sitting there by myself. Because then also in the video, it's
You
like,
look bad.
there's Andy by himself.
Yeah.
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 It's weird. But, yeah, Scarefest should be fun this weekend. If you're in the Lexington area, go check it out. It's a fun convention. That's if anyone's even going to hear this before this weekend. But what? You're trying to signal something to me, and I don't.
Where's that music coming
Are you hearing music?
from? Yeah, all night.
Maybe it's next door.
Yeah.
Getting fucking.
I didn't know if it
out
was
there.
us.
No, it's not us.
Okay.
No, it's not coming through your headphones.
Okay, that's true.
It's probably the. It's like a studio next door that I don't think they take clients. They just practice their music there.
Oh, I see.
So they might be doing that.
What kind of band is that?
I
Would
don't
that be
know.
nice? There's a nice band next door we could use.
Yeah. Well,
Let's
they
go
could come
explore.
in here and record. You know,
Let's explore.
I do record music here.
You do?
I recorded a pretty good singer the other day, guitar player and singer. He wrote a really good like song. Like if he was on America's Got Talent with this song, he's 15 years old. If he took this song on that show, he'd get through a couple rounds.
That's dope. A buddy of mine reached out to me, and I gave him your info.
Oh
He
yeah,
was looking to
he
do
messaged me.
Okay,
matter of
great.
fact. AV Productions Online. Well, you segued me a chance to plug my studio.
There you are.
AV Productions Online. If anyone has any audio needs, when am I gonna get some Hank footage to start working with?
Soon, man. The editor has it. It's in LA, so as soon as he's got clips together, he's gonna flip it over to you.
Joe Davison's film Hank.
What's up,
that
guys?
is going into post-production. Well, it's mid-production.
Mid-production.
Yeah, they gotta color correct all my scenes.
Yeah, they gotta work you into it somehow.
I don't even know if I'm gonna want him now.
Yeah.
I just feel like he's gonna be a problem on set.
I'm the star.
You're gonna be trouble.
Yeah, he's gonna be like,
Look, it's about me, you know?
Yeah, if anything, you're making this all about you, I think.
Yeah.
It's
It is all about me.
I think the narcissist in the room was always apparent anyway.
But like I was saying, guys, I was on Stranger Things, so...
Yeah.
What do
You're a pretty big deal. Dude.
I'm huge.
I'm a
Joe
pretty big
Davison
deal.
of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
That's how I introduce
Nobody
him.
cares.
I'm Joe Davison of Stranger Things.
I just
I'm
saw
a
an
pretty big
article
deal.
about all the deaths in Stranger Things, and it didn't even mention Nerdy Tech. I was like, dude,
no
I got
mention of
chased down the
Nerdy Tech at
hallway,
all?
bitches.
I thought you're still alive.
Well, maybe. We don't know.
Yeah, I thought you were coming back for one of the sequels.
Yeah, season 5.
Yeah. Nerdy Tech returns.
My goal is to hopefully Hank takes off, and I can talk to the Duffer Brothers and come in and direct an episode in one of the seasons. That'd be fucking brilliant.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah. You know, in the magical fantasy world of that, it's all going to happen.
I mean,
you know.
Why not?
Well, because it just
people to do it.
It just doesn't work that way.
It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know.
Hopefully. I got some ideas. I'm still writing some things. I got to try to meet some people that want to take my ideas to the next step, because I'm an idea guy, and I could write out the stories, but then
We need like we need an advertising
money
firm.
to do it.
We need to do commercials. That's what we need to do.
Something like that.
Write commercials and star in the commercials and write the theme tune, and sing the theme tune.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, we got all the means to do everything.
We can do it all.
Yep, we could do it all.
I've got millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And I can star in these movies.
All right. Well, stop opening.
Any
up
hot girls
piercing
out there want to
placings
star in the
and we'll
movies with
start.
Mikey?
I can also play a hot girl. I'm the prettiest girl, I promise, with enough makeup.
Dude, you're not the prettiest girl with enough vodka.
All right.
I want to be a pretty girl, Joe.
Badly.
Yeah.
You got to start with shaving that beard.
Yeah.
You don't like my pretty girl beard?
Dude, you have to drop all of your testosterone would have to leave.
Oh, fuck
First.
that. Look,
Yeah, a whole lot. You
I
gotta
have
drain
the
it all.
prettiest girl beard you'll ever see, and I have a big, beautiful lady dick.
Imagine you switched from this to estrogen right now. What that would do to your body.
I don't like to think about that.
What's Cher's son's name?
I don't know.
Who?
Chad? Chaz?
Chaz.
Chaz.
That's about what he'd look like.
Yeah. Except for thin and like a biker.
You were thin. He was thin for a while.
Chaz was?
No, Mikey was.
He is thin now.
He's thin, but he's...
I mean, Chaz is big.
I'm fucking jacked,
Chaz Bono?
bro.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Chaz.
I think so.
I'm going to go to the gym after this and get jacked.
It was a girl who became a
juicy as
boy,
fuck.
right? Their daughter became a dude?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't see people as gender. I'm just kidding.
Because I don't see people. It's all about me.
Yeah, it's all about me. I can't even look at other people. That's why I like when people have big sunglasses on, so I could see myself in their face.
Right. I'm just talking to me through your glasses, bitch.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
Way more comfortable that way.
Yeah.
Do you call yourself Alex when you talk in the mirror, or do you call yourself Andy?
Always Andy.
You saw the cover of his book.
Depends. Depends how drunk I am.
You know, Andy. Come on.
That had a point. That's the counter to the point I was making. But.
Yeah. I'm not Andy.
You look just like an old version of Andy.
So we'll be back next week with Alex Vincent's The Final Note. And we'll hopefully see you guys there.
Yeah,
Tune
can't
in next
wait.
week at 8 o'clock. I'm going to play a song that I think I played earlier this year. It was with a
Chaz used to be
super
Chastity. Her
talented-
name was Chastity.
More research from the research department.
Dawn said it.
Oh, no, thanks.
One of
Dawn.
our listeners, Dawn. She said, "Joe, you're an idiot."
Yep.
Yeah. It's all right. I get it. It's fine.
This is from this kid named Zach, who was an inspiringly good musician who came in and recorded at the studio a couple years back. It's called A Collection of Sounds You Might Enjoy. And
It's
I
just
hope
Alex
you
smashing pans.
enjoy the sounds we were making tonight. Yeah, that's what it is for 27 minutes. All right, guys. See you next
It's
week.
like Bjork.
Bye.
been The Final Note. Tune in next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time.